Greetings and welcome, brave citizens of our new world. I am Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawatt. This is Adelaide 3.0, and today I'm getting together with you for just a few short minutes here, to do a quick sort of summertime update to let you know where I'm at and what's going on. My hair's a little more disheveled than usual. I am a bit of a mess. It has most certainly been an interesting summer, to say the least. Good for business and taking over the world, bad for pretty much everything else. The highs are extremely high, the lows have been extremely low, but we're gonna get into some of that right now. First off, Con Bravo has been still my favorite convention of the year. Easily, hands down. Myself and Warden and Steve Sergios got a room over in the hotel next to the convention, not the convention itself, and we had a really great time getting everything set up. We had a table there. We had a new banner put together and put up, the design of which was done by both Mark Chan, one of the people that runs Con Bravo, as well as Hasbel, who is helping us out with a lot of really cool stuff. We also had t-shirts and mugs. A lot of really cool people came by to say hi. The table was super busy all weekend. Like, everybody was just really excited to be there and to see what we were doing. We sold a lot more mugs, as per usual, than I thought we would. The game show, D20 Live, Terrible Warriors Live, and Building a Better World with My Bad Self were all absolute knock-out-of-the-park events, and I can't imagine how it could have gone better. The only thing that I would say the con seems to be suffering from is that it just doesn't have enough people to help it run all of the amazing things that they're doing. They have so much really cool stuff going on at any given moment, they actually, need more people. Additionally, Con Bravo staff, if you are listening, and I'm relatively certain that at least one or two of you are, you could pass along the message to those who are important and or who make these kinds of decisions. Give me a bigger room for my freaking panels! Every year without fail, whenever I do Building a Better World or Evil 101 or any combination therein, we always run out of room. Always. Like, Con G got it when they put me in one of their main ballroom halls, and we nearly filled that room as well. I feel like every time you put me in a regular panel-sized panel room, we're making a fire hazard. And it was. I felt like it was just a danger having that many people crammed into a space. Speaking of that panel, that will be put up on this YouTube channel at some point next week. We're going to be either breaking it down or just leaving it up in its full 2-hour glory. They managed to get us a 2-hour slot last minute, and I was so happy because we got to cover absolutely everything. And it was super great being able to make a dialogue with you guys and answer questions and ask questions and build a better world together. It was so nice. Second thing to talk about, the new Mechanolith armor. Yes, I am still working on that, and no, we haven't made any relatively significant progress, or rather, we have. For all of you who have donated to our GoFundMe campaign that we had going up, don't worry, you have not been forgotten about. We've got everything sort of sorted out. At some point early next week, we're going to be doing both getting a P.O. box as well as start mailing out everything to people. People that are waiting for things like the sexy calendar for 2018 and a couple of other things like the photos in the suits and whatnot. That stuff is going to be coming obviously a bit later because we need to A, finish shooting the calendar, and B, the suit needs to be made before I can take photos in it. So we're not going to forget anybody. Like, we're checking people off as we're sending things out and working with everyone. Your patience is appreciated. I'm one villain. This evil organization isn't as big as I let it on. But the suit itself has gone through some very key design changes. So instead of having larger, more solid armor plating that is being made with Sintra plates, because we were doing some work with it and it's a really great material, but I don't think it's the right material for this specifically. We did get access to a 3D printer, and I'm going to talk a huge amount about them once we get working and everything kind of gets off the ground. We're breaking the suit down into smaller plates, which are going to be made with a 3D printer instead, and then those are going to be adhered to a suit, and it's going to be very cool. We can put a lot more detail and a lot more effort into the suit itself. That being said, we have some very basic 3D renders of some parts of the suit, and we're going to need some assistance from people who can give us a hand with that. I've got a lot of areas of expertise, and working with 3D modeling softwares just isn't one of them. And I know that there are some really simple free softwares that I've been recommended that people can use, but I don't have the time or the energy to take the designs that we're working with and break them down and cut them up into pieces that are small enough to be made with the printer that we're looking at. This both cuts down on the expenditure of materials to make the suit, as well as makes it look better, so I'm very excited about this. But I need some help with the particular 3D modeling design. Not a lot of people are trained in this particular thing, and I do have some funds set aside that I can throw at a person if they're willing to help us out with this. So if you know anybody, there's an email in the description underneath this video, and let me know. Thing number 3, I think I have done the impossible, where I've created a way to make a playthrough of Fallout 4 on a live stream interesting. That's right, we do have a Twitch channel. We've been doing that 4 days a week, Monday to Thursday, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m., and sometimes a little bit later depending on the game that we're playing or what we're doing. Sometimes we do Fridays, whether or not we miss a day during the week or whether or not we just have the time or the inclination. If you don't know what that is, check the video description, we have a link for that. The way that we're going to be doing this, though, is we are going to, A, be playing on survival mode, so the character that we're playing has to eat, sleep, and drink, and can die very easily from things like cuts and infections, and being crippled or breaking limbs, things like that. And we're going to be putting in roughly 200 plus mods. Now this is going to be things like creating a zombie apocalypse, adding in a lot more random enemy encounters, making them all ghouls, making the ghouls operate and act differently, adding in a whole bunch of different kinds of armor and weapons, and customizing followers. I'm going to be making a list of all of the mods that we're going to be using at some point so that you guys can like check out the names and links of all of the ones that we have currently installed somewhere. I'm not necessarily sure where, but we're going to be doing that. What's interesting about the customization of followers is that we are going to make a settlement in the game that is just going to be followers that are customized after you. That's right, people that are donating to Patreon or people that are our subscribers to Twitch can send in like a brief description of what they want their character to look like and what kind of equipment they want their character to have. Then, through certain mods, we can actually bring a lot of those people with us as we go on adventures. So I'll be playing the main character and I can have like 4 or 5 or 6 different people that are Twitch subscribers or Patreon donators following us through the wasteland on whatever adventures we're going on. And this could be things like doing main story quests or just, you know, deciding to go to a particular part of the map to do a particular thing. It's going to be a lot easier for us to make it more interesting. Like, I'll be able to have an open dialogue with you while we're playing, and you guys can throw me suggestions and advice, and we can do all kinds of fun stuff together. I'm super excited about that because I love Fallout 4, and I think it's like one of the most amazing games ever made, but it's just like I want to share all the cool stuff that I'm doing and making in the game, and I haven't really found out a way to make that entertaining for you until, I think, now. Speaking of Patreon, thing number 4. We're going to be getting back into that. I mean, understandably, we haven't been doing a lot of Patreon stuff at all this year because of everything that's been going on with the rebranding and then Vita, and then I was in the hospital for a while getting surgery, and then there was a lot of other really awful shit that's happened, and it's just been like, on the not taking over the world side, everything has been a dumpster fire, so I apologize for everything not kind of going as fast or as smooth as I would prefer. It has been a real struggle. Ooh, he's trying on this end, and I really appreciate those of you who have been just, you know, patiently sticking it out with me. But we are getting back into this either later this week or early next week. We are going to be, you know, reaching out to all of you guys and sort of going forward with all of the prizes and everything that we do for the donators that we have on Patreon. Again, sorry about that. And that is all the time that we've got for today. Unfortunately, I've got to be a little quick because I've got to get to the stream that we're going to be doing within the next, you know, hour. So I can't really gussy this up as much as I would like or talk about as many things as I would like. Charlottesville. Wow. If you guys want me to talk about any of that mess, please feel free, because like I've got things that I want to say, but like it's a rant. It's its own video. So until next time, my brave citizens, I am Toronto's greatest supervillain and evil genius, Dr. Terawatt. This is our Layer 3.0, and I will see you next time on the Warfront. End of line.